Let's dive into another video on subway scene modeling. And I want to do a couple of different props in this video. I'm going to start with a in-out box paper holder, whatever you call that thing. So I've got my 3D cursor right here, and I'm going to go ahead and create that thing. So I'm going to bring in a plane and get the approximate size of this thing that I would want. Now, for the time being, I'm just going to set it down over here. I think in the future, I will possibly start modeling in real world dimensions. I'm a little bit more interested in that these days. So let's say I'm going to make it about that size. Okay, that sounds fine. Okay, so I'm going to just focus on that. I'm going to take this edge and delete it, and I've got just this. I'm going to hit E to extrude and bring it up. And then I'm going to, in edge selection, select those two edges and F to make a face. I'm going to move this to a new collection. And I'll call it, I'm just going to call it paper holder. And I'm going to use solidify. And let's see, I'll come out, but not too thick. Put on even thickness, like it's a piece of metal. I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And I'm also going to now add a bevel. Let's try that. Let's try 0.02. Go into edit mode and I'll select this edge and this edge here. And Control B, pull down like that. And I'm going to round those out pretty nicely. And that's probably all I need to do. Maybe I won't make it quite as tall though. Look from the front. I think I'll just scale this in the Z. I'm going to do it just like that. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. I could try a shade smooth and see how it looks. I could also try arc here. And I think I have a little bit of shading issues, so I think I will do weighted normal and auto smooth. And I think it'll still look just fine. Okay, so with that done, I'm going to add an array now to this. And the Z, I'll go for 3. And it's going to look like that. I'm going to bring in another plane, rotate X90, and make these kind of metal bars that are going to hold that together. Extrude it just a little bit and delete that face. Pull that in. Let's see. I want to bevel this. That would be the thing. I'll put a little circle to represent a bolt there. I'll copy it on another one. We'll shade smooth those and then do the same thing. Weighted normal and auto smooth. I probably could have just done the two of them together. Let's do this and Control L. Modifiers. Did I get all that on there? Yeah. Maybe didn't grab that one. I think I'll join these. Okay. I'll just bring in a circle now. 12 vertices. F and extrude. Get rid of that. Grab that and Control B with just maybe one segment and just shade smooth. That's good enough for what I need to do. Down to the middle and down to there, and then I'll grab all of them, pull them over, select all these guys and Control J. I'm going to set the origin to the 3D cursor, and I'm going to mirror them in the Y. I'll better mirror these over as well. Figure out where that's going to go in a moment. I'm thinking that I might put it up in the corner and move that light over. It's okay for now, though. Okay, so we'd obviously need a little bit of paper. I don't think I want to do a stack of paper. I think I'm just going to do a few pieces, and I'm going to displace the paper a little bit. Use the displacement modifier. Just to muck them up a little bit. And I'll have a couple pieces, maybe use a piece over closer to him and a piece or two in this, and maybe that's about it, and a few more props on the desk still. So again, it's not necessarily real world dimensions, but that's okay. So I think I'll take this and Shift D, let's bring it out, and P to break it out, and I'll just get rid of all this stuff here. And then I'm just going to make it a bit smaller. And, you know, that could be my piece of paper. And hopefully it looks kind of like the size of a piece of paper would be. Let's rotate that. right there too. Now, okay, good. Let's see. Yeah, I think it could. Let's make it a little smaller, but a little bit longer. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go with that. It's convincing enough. Like I say, in future ones, I'll start working with real measurements. I was just having fun, and then I started going nuts with this scene. Okay, so I've got that. I'm just going to focus on that. I know that there's this really cool trick. Let's just try it where I go in local, and then I just do that. All right, so maybe I'll do that a bit. Okay, so there's my piece of paper. I'm going to come in. I'm going to give it a little bit of thickness, and I think I'll probably stick with that 0.006. Let's see if that's, just so you see some. All right. Let's bring you a little bit closer down. Okay. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some edge loops in here. I'm just going to throw a bunch of them in. Let's see what I got. 13. I think I'll go for 15. And over here, I'll roll my mouse up. And I want them to be kind of square. That's probably fine. It's just fine, just like that. Okay, cool. So I've got some geometry in there. So now, what I'm going to do, I could just leave this like that. Let me do that. And it might look better, just nice and straight. But I'm thinking I will try this. Add modifier, displace. And I want to choose a new texture. Just hang on a second. And I'm going to choose clouds. All right, I'm going to come back. I'm going to bring the strength way down. You see? I'm going to hang on. I'm going to go for about 0.0. We'll start with 0.05. But I'm going to do this under direction in the X. So that's probably too much, but you can start to see what happens. So I'm going to actually go 0.02. And I can call this just like disp X. How about that? And then I'm going to copy this. Disp Y. I'll choose direction Y. I can leave the same strength if I want. Just to show you what it looks like. You get this kind of effect. Now maybe that paper is too thick. We'll see. Again, I'm not certain that I really like it, but maybe. Is it worth it? Under normal circumstances, it would be worth it. Do that and on everything. And then you can displace, the top of it as well, and the bottom. So I'll just show you real quick. If I copy this and I switch the direction to Z, I'll just bring up the strength and you'll see. See, I can do that kind of thing if I wanted to. I tend to not put in a lot of damage or distortion in my modeling so far, I guess a lot of it's going to depend on the textures. and so it might not fit the scene, but I'll leave that there for now just because it's a technique. And I'm going to bring this piece of paper up and just mess around with placing some paper in here. So there's a piece of paper in there. There could be another one under the shelf, I don't know. Just for the heck of it, just throw that there. Okay, so I'm gonna try with shadows. See if that doesn't show much else. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I'm gonna grab a quick coffee and then come back and we're gonna do some more work on this. Just don't want that at the back. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm just thinking ashtray. Could be a biggish ashtray compared to the piece of paper. I might actually make this a bit smaller too. Not much though, actually. So I'm in local, so I can do this. I want to just focus on the ashtray. The slash key. That's cool. I've forgotten about that. And then some viewer told me about that and reminded me. Said, why aren't you using that? You're right. I should be. I should be. There's a lot of things that I should be using that I forget about. Where's my desk pad? I just want to move that over here. Yeah, see, that's the only problem, though. You got to remember, go back to global. You're going to do stuff like that. Maybe there's an override key. So you don't have to worry about that. So that's sometimes why I drop a shortcut, you know, because I can just do that and I can go Shift H, you know, Alt H, okay? I'm in global, everything's cool. I switch over to local, and I do that, and then it's like, okay, I gotta search for that. I'm so used to Shift H, I know it, and I gotta search for that, and then I decide I want to do something with that. In fact, this would be a nice place as well to use the displacement. You know, if you just wanted to muck up your chair. Okay, anyways, I am going to head back to there. Okay, grab a quick coffee and we'll come back and we'll do some more modeling. Okay, now I'm going to make some kind of an ink stamper that would put like accepted or rejected on this letterhead. So I'm going to bring in a UV sphere. And that's going to go in a stamper collection. And I've got, I think, just 16 and 8 for the parameters of this thing. And I'm going to focus just on that. Shift H, period key to zoom in. I'm going to come in and I'm going to delete this top vertex. And I'm going to close that off like that, and then I'm going to take that vertex and I think I'm going to go to there, delete those, grab these and we'll extrude down a ways and just make some kind of a design. I'll come down to there, put another edge loop, I'll bring it down a little bit, and Control B. I'm going to put one segment in there, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to, no, let's take all of them. I'm going to scale them out. Oh, not that, sorry, take it back. Take this one, I'm going to scale it out a little bit. And I'll take this and I'll break it like that. Maybe we'll just do one of those like that. And then we'll, let's see, what'll we do? We'll take that and we'll extrude it in. And let's go back to solid view. We'll come down. And I'll just bevel this. And try Control 1. And I'll just throw some edge loops in to make it look a little sharper. Maybe I want that, all that stuff narrower. Control plus all the way up to the top. Maybe to there. Scale Shift Z and pull it down. I probably don't need all these. I'll put one more like that. Okay. Select this, Shift S, cursor selected, bring in a plane. Scale it out in the X and extrude it down. I'm going to put a bevel on this. And just inset this. I'll bring it down a little. That's what I'm thinking of, right there. Okay. Let's make sure this goes in the right place. And there we go. Oh. Okay. I hope that's okay. And let's make sure all my polys are in the right way. I think they are. And yep, that's the idea. I might make that a bit thicker like that. Okay, so we got that going on. We need a few more items on this desk. Now when I do that, I can see that I need to flip those. There we go, that's better. Okay. she looking? Maybe this could have feet on it, but whatever. It's coming together. I had another idea for some. We'll come to that in a bit. So there we go. We got the paper holders. And by the way, as I look at this, I'm now wondering, yeah, there we go. Yeah, you see? And even these guys, yeah, okay. Make sure the polys are flipped the right way. I may not keep this paper displacement deformation. We'll see if it suits the scene. Okay, that's going to be it for now, but I definitely got more planned.